Let's talk about why everyone might be getting banned on Wizard101. Today's a good day in Wizard101 history. Now, I'm well aware of what I just said, but I'm going to say something contradictory. Nobody is actually going to get banned. At least probably not. So for a little bit of background context, in the past 24 hours, one of the most game-breaking Wizard101 exploits was found. And if you haven't guessed yet, yours truly, me, participated. So I might get banned. So now to lay all the needed background information for this quick story, I'm going to take it to where it really began, which is the summer update. This past summer, Wizard101 released a brand new raid, which is a 12-person dungeon. It's Azteca themed and incredibly challenging. Matter of fact, it's so challenging that nobody has beaten it. So not only is the raid just really challenging, it's really long, it's tedious, it's annoying, but there's a good thing out of it, which is that there are rewards. Now the rewards is literally all types of gear. You get badges, you get the gear, as I said, elixirs, rare treasure cards, whole bunch of stuff. It's really cool. So to combine the two things that I just told you, nobody beat the raid and there's really cool gear. Well, in the past 24 hours, there's been a way to obtain the gear without doing any work. This good old looking piece of gear right here is illegal, unobtainable, and very much exploitive. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the footage that I took when I was actually doing this exploit, because I think it's really important to show. So basically, as you can see, you light up the raid portal as normal, you go through, and then once you're in, you can't actually start the raid for some reason. The raid is completely glitched. Like, you can't stand on the sigils to start it, and then magically, all of the enemy loot chests are there, and the NPC with all the crafting recipes is also there. So instantly, without doing anything, you have access to all of the gear. Every single possible item that you can get from this raid, you can pay for through the chests, and there's the recipe vendor that's there, so you can craft and upgrade these items to whatever you want. And you'll see me actually spending some crowns and getting some of the gear, which I eventually show later on, but it's a very interesting exploit. Now, if you go ahead and try this now, you can't. Raids are currently closed because this is such a big issue, and they had to temporarily shut them down because this is just absolutely game-breaking in so many ways. Now, while I let this footage play out of basically everything, if you want to know why this happened, it's because Wizard101 put out a patch the night before this took place, which was yesterday. So the night of the 27th, they put out a patch, and they basically changed a whole bunch of things about the raid. They made some of the mobs easier to fight, like less health. They removed some of the difficult mobs from like the boss fights. They did a whole bunch of stuff to the raid to make it a whole lot easier. And instead of making it easier, they made it unplayable and accidentally made all of the gear 100% free to everybody. Now, the reason why this is being talked about so much is not only is this like, yes, people participated in an exploit and received a lot of things that they shouldn't have, there's a few extra levels to it. First of all, there are unique pets in this raid, and people immediately started spreading these pets out like wildfire. And these instantly became open to the public, and this is irreversible damage pretty much. Like KI, they'd have a real tough time trying to fix that. So the whole pets being spread around is one entire issue. Another issue with this is that there is a duplication glitch that somehow exists with all of this gear. There's like, people have, like, literally, I've been told that you can like take one piece of gear from the raid and duplicate it into like 4 other pieces simultaneously somehow. So yeah, here's one picture now that I'm gonna put up of someone that I talked to that apparently did the dupe. Apparently a few people were able to pull it off, but I couldn't. I tried to like get it on camera and everything, and I absolutely just could not make it work. Apparently there's like no even direct method to do it, but regardless, the dupe is completely known about by the devs, so this won't even be in the game whenever raids are brought back. This is like completely going to be patched, completely going to be fixed, so like I don't even care about like showing this. Like it literally doesn't matter. But I think it's just funny that not only was like all the chests and the NPC there, but you could take the gear and then duplicate it somehow. It's so silly, so goofy. Oh my god, this is just one of the weirdest exploits of all time. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to talk about this because I think the dupe is just so funny. So that's its own thing, right? There's like the people who went in, they did the exploit once, like they got some gear from the chest and did nothing else. And then there's some people who got it, they took the pets, spread those out to the public, and then there's some people who duplicated the gear. And oh my gosh, is this such a big issue now? Then there's one other thing that players decided to do, which was go grab the gear and use it in PvP for an advantage, for an uphill advantage against their opponents, because nobody else has this gear. So here we are in the aftermath of everything. The raids, as I said, they're completely shut down. You cannot do them. There's a lot of accounts that have a lot of gear that they absolutely should not have, mine included. And the future is very unknown, and everyone is very scared. As I spoke about, there's kind of degrees to the exploit, I guess you could say, about what you actually ended up doing, whether you did PvP with the gear, whether you made pets with the gear, whatever it is. It's a very complex and complicated issue. Like, oh my goodness, it just, every single time there's a big exploit in Wiz, this conversation always comes around. What's the punishment? What's gonna happen? And arguably the most important aspect of this whole problem is that the exploit involved paying real money. This isn't just another tomato basket glitch where people pressed X a bunch and got free money. This isn't a boss respawn glitch that we still see like every single day. This is an exploit that required people to spend like money, real money. Like, I know people who spent like $60, $80 doing this exploit. Like, oh my goodness. So it puts KingsIsle in, it puts them in like this even worse of a position where, hey, do we ban players that did an exploit? But then it's another level of, do we ban players that did an exploit for $80? Now, I'm fairly certain you guys probably want to hear my take on this, like what should happen. Obviously, me included, I did it, and I'm very well aware that I did it. Like, yeah, I got the Hoonhow gear. Yeah, I'm completely very open that I got it. I'm very open that I did an exploit. I'm very open that I did something that, I don't know, I don't want to say it's something that I shouldn't have, but definitely shouldn't have. As this topic has surged around the Wiz community, I know I'm definitely not alone when I say this, but there definitely should be some action taken to the people that really abused this. And when I say that, I really mean the people that lent pets out, that trained up these exclusive rare pets, lent them out because that's, as I said before, irreversible damage. People that use the gear in PvP, like something should happen there. Should it be as severe as a permanent ban? I'm not sure. Should it be a temporary suspension? I'm not sure. Should it be a mute? I'm not sure. That's ultimately not up to me or anyone else to decide besides the developers. The big standalone point though is that if there is no action taken, then players are going to see it as acceptable to exploit in the future, especially players that use the gear in PvP, let's say, or made brand new pets out of it. That is like really bad, and if that's allowed, if they don't get punished for it, then what will not be punished in the future? And it's really hard to say. So yeah, there's not much else to talk about. It's a really rough situation. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on this down in the comments below. As always, I read every single comment. And if you have any more questions about this, let me know on Discord. I'll respond. DM me, at me in my server. I don't care. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe because I post almost every single day. And later, peace out. Goodbye.